This is WKYT This Morning.
Kentucky Morning Start here on WKYT. We're glad you're with us. I'm Bill Bryant.
I'm Rebecca Smith. Hope you're having a fabulous Wednesday. Right now at 6:30, police are looking for two drivers after an overnight hit and run. We'll have more on the investigation into this.
Also in the news this morning, police have arrested a man accused of accidentally shooting a woman in Richmond. We'll have details of that case coming right up.
And final preparations being done for the Bluegrass Fair as the fun gets underway in Lexington tomorrow.
A couple of showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder are possible, but most stay dry today. It's about the temperatures later on this afternoon, upper 80s to around 90 degrees. And then we look toward tomorrow and Friday with a much better opportunity of rain. I'll have that coming up.
All right, and here's what's happening early this morning.
A lieutenant colonel in the Kentucky Air National Guard is accused of making a threat against police officers in North Carolina.
The details of this story are still coming in right now. We do know this. Police in Bryson City, North Carolina say John Ward and his two nephews were arrested outside a bar Sunday morning. They say two off-duty officers overheard one of the men say, quote, "Let's kill us a cop." Police say the three men were then arrested as they ran across the street toward the police station. WKYT making phone calls right now this morning. We'll post the latest information on WKYT.com and, of course, on our newscast coming up today. Funeral services will begin today for the officers killed in the line of duty in Dallas.
President Barack Obama and former President George W. Bush were among the hundreds of people who gathered at a memorial service for the 5 officers killed in last week's ambush. 5 chairs sat empty at the memorial, one for each officer. The president addressed America's racial divide and asked Americans to rise above the tensions. He also hailed the bravery of America's police force and even admitted some shortcomings.
I've seen how inadequate words can be in bringing about lasting change. I've seen how inadequate my own words have been. If we are to honor these 5 outstanding officers who we lost, then we will need to act on the truths that we know.
The president met with the fallen officers' families following the memorial service.
New this morning, Lexington police are looking for 2 drivers after an overnight hit-and-run crash. This happened about 1 o'clock this morning on Whitney Avenue, that's off Georgetown Street. Police say one of the drivers crashed into a house before driving off, and the second driver took off without their car. WKYT's Mark Barber is live now at police headquarters with more on the investigation. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. The 2 drivers who took off after the hit-and-run crash may be long gone, but all the damage they left behind will take quite some time to clean up. Take a look. A car crashed into a concrete port on a home right off of Whitney Avenue around 1 o'clock this morning. Fortunately, firefighters say the home does not have structural damage. Officers say the driver of a Chrysler 300 caused the messy scene. The driver of the car sped off on Georgetown Street after they crashed into a van and then hit a house. That van smashed into a third car that was parked outside another home. The driver of the van also ran off, leaving the van sitting in the yard. Police are still searching for both drivers this morning. If you know anything about where those drivers might be or anything about the hit and run itself, police here at their downtown headquarters want to hear from you. Live in Fayette County, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Thank you, Mark. Police arrested a man accused of accidentally shooting a woman in Richmond. Michelle Chamberlain is at our alert desk with new details on this.
Sam Lambert is charged with wanton endangerment, drug possession, and making a false report. Police say he was with a woman on Friday when she was shot. They told the Richmond Register that Lambert first told police that someone else shot her while they were on 4th Street. That victim drove to the Kroger gas station where she asked for help. Police say Lambert later admitted that he was playing with a revolver when he accidentally shot the victim. The paper says police found blood on the floor of his home, and the victim was hit in the arm and chest but had non-life-threatening injuries. Bill?
Oh, thank you very much. 6:35 now on WKYT This Morning, and today marks the 1-year anniversary of deadly flash flooding in Johnson County. 4 people died in that flooding. The Flat Gap community was one of the hardest hit areas. Many homes were destroyed there, and cleanup still continues for some folks. But many of the survivors who lost their homes have since returned to the area.
A concert honoring victims of the Orlando nightclub attack will be held in Lexington today. The United in Spirit concert will be at St. Paul Catholic Church on West Short Street. Organizers say the event is a time for people of all different faiths and backgrounds to unite in honor of those who were lost in the attack. A reception with food provided by the Lexington Diner will follow at the Brossart House. The concert is at 7 o'clock and is free. Today marks the 1-month anniversary of the deadly Pulse nightclub attack.
Well, we saw showers move across the Commonwealth yesterday, sort of in waves. I think everybody was at one point caught without an umbrella. Should be a little drier today, but you can expect a muggy feel throughout this hump day.
Yeah, the humidity, I'm sure, is in full effect. Micah is in to tell us.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty steamy today, and that's really the main focus for today. I know we do still have a chance of rain. It's a smaller chance, obviously, than yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty good chance, but a smaller chance of rain today. We're talking a good 30–40%, and you can see bits and pieces here rolling across eastbound, and that goes through the central and northern zones. That is your best bet of actually seeing a passing shower or thunderstorm for today, but even that is still around 30–40%. So a slight chance this morning, small chance there by noontime, but once we hit deep into the afternoon, it's mainly dry, and temperatures will be right there around 89 degrees. Now I'm going to show you Thursday and Friday, because that's when the front rolls through, and could we be looking at any severe weather out of that? I'm going to have that coming up in just a few minutes.
Micah, we'll see you then. Thank you. A recent appointee to the University of Louisville Board of Trustees has declined the position. Governor Matt Bevin has appointed someone to replace Doug Cobb. He wrote a letter to Bevin saying that he had to decline the appointment after careful consideration. Cobb's Twitter account came under scrutiny after his appointment to the board.
A Franklin County mother faces charges after deputies say she left her 2 children home alone while she left to get high. The Franklin County Sheriff said it all started when a deputy stopped Chelsea Sutherland and her passenger Christopher Green for driving recklessly. Deputies found meth, a gun, and knife inside Sutherland's car. Upon investigation, deputies went to her home where they found her 3- and 4-year-old children left alone.
You've got these young children who don't have a choice. They don't have a choice about what to do, where they are, and you've got parents and family members that are more concerned without getting high.
Well, Sutherland and Green were both taken into custody. The sheriff's office says Sutherland's children are now with a family member. A company with several Kentucky locations plans to lay off dozens of workers. Wayne Supply Company says 87 employees will lose their jobs in the coming months. The company blames losses in the coal market. Wayne Supply has 15 facilities in Kentucky, including Lexington, Corbin, and Hazard. The company has not said where the layoffs will be coming from.
Well, 4 years after being destroyed in a tornado, a West Liberty Bank has reopened its main office. Commercial Bank was among several businesses damaged or destroyed during the tornado that hit Morgan County back in March of 2012. City officials say the new bank office is just another sign of progress for the West Liberty community.
Well, we have seen the construction for such a long time, and a lot of hard work and planning has come through, and it just means that downtown is starting to revitalize again.
And bank officials say the newly constructed building is state-of-the-art. It even draws some of its heating and cooling from geothermal wells. A grand opening celebration for the bank is going to be held on July 30th. But a big comeback for
great.
West Liberty. All right, the Bluegrass Fair is set to get underway in Lexington tomorrow.
And crews spent much of yesterday inspecting rides. They looked over track bolts, lap belts, pretty much anything and everything on the rides from top to bottom. Most of the rides have already been used around the state this year. There are 8 that are new to the state. They told me that they're having to inspect. The Bluegrass Fair at Masterson Station Park starts tomorrow, runs through Sunday.
And quite a tradition in the community. Lots of folks enjoy getting out there and having a great time.
Oh, yeah. Let's get a check of traffic right now, see what's happening.
Here's Officer Don with our check on live drive traffic as we join him out there at 98.1 The Bull in studio. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Collision on South Broadway and Angliana. No one's hurt in that wreck, so the right lane is blocked for the next few minutes. Hope to get that cleared soon. North side of Lexington looks okay on North Broadway. Also Newtown Pike between the Circle and the Interstate. It's still steady. So you get a live look outside at real-time traffic. You can see the traffic is steady. Now there's Harrodsburg and Waller through that big intersection. That's courtesy of the Lexington Fayette Urban County government with the traffic cam this morning and no delays there. We'll keep you up to date throughout the morning. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, right there in the area of St. Joseph Hospital this morning. Folks moving along just fine. You can get the latest traffic and weather information anytime with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. And download that for free in the app or Google Play stores. 6:40 now. It's 20 before 7. It sure is good to have you with us on WKYT this morning.
We hope your day's going fabulously. A California teen is set on a mission to set a world record by becoming the youngest African-American pilot in the U.S. His story is next.
And it's smaller chance for today of rain, but it really picks up as we travel off towards your Thursday and Friday. I'm going to show you that in your forecast coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
A couple of showers rolling across the region early this morning. It's not much, but it's still there, and some of these are brief heavy downpours. One just rolled through Cynthiana heading toward Carlisle. Carlisle, you're going to be next in line. Cynthiana, you're done with that shower, and maybe another one popping up back toward the west of you. But then you look down toward the south across, really in between the Mountain Parkway and I-64 corridor, there are brief heavy downpours as they're rolling over toward the east. So just keep in mind, you could have a passing shower early this morning, and that is the exact zone that I expect the best chance of rain. However, it's not a great chance of rain. It's a smaller chance than what we had yesterday at about 40% across the green shaded area, and that goes Mountain Parkway, 460, I-64, and northbound. That is your best chance now through roughly noon, give or take. And then once we hit deep into the afternoon, looks like most of that will fade away. Only a slight, very slight chance of rain down south. So most of us stay dry today, but we just can't rule out a passing shower or storm. So just keep that in mind. Heading off towards your Thursday and Friday, that's going to be a different story. Thursday and Friday look like pretty good chances of rain. Showers and thunderstorms will start to spark up toward the afternoon and off toward the evening hours. Some of these will be strong. Can we rule out severe weather? We can't rule it out 100%, but I'm telling you, it's very small, minimal chances of seeing any severe weather out of this. But that goes for Thursday. That jumps off into your Friday. Friday, still that front kind of lingers around, and we'll hold on to scattered showers and storms during that day, too. And there's 5 p.m. If you have any events going on, just know the better opportunity of rain for those events late into the afternoon, off into the evening, will actually be southbound in the southern zones. That's your best bet. So not all of us will be wet there Friday evening. There's some good news for some of us. Weekend planner, few storms will be around on both Saturday and Sunday. Definitely not a washout. So I would stick to the plans. Just know you might have to schedule around a couple of these rumbles of thunder as we head off towards your weekend. Here's your 7-day and what it looks like. 40% chance today. A storm or two is possible. Remember, not everybody will see rain today. And then Thursday, Friday, your better opportunities of rain, guys. Off towards your weekend, like I said, no washout by any means, and still low confidence on this forecast for your weekend. But I'm still leaning more toward most of us being dry as opposed to a wet weekend. So there is some good news, a lot going on with all these fairs. You got some festivals going on. Evan Orchard got a festival going on later on this weekend. So hopefully we can push this on out and get the rain on out of here.
Sounds
pretty
good.
nice
Yeah,
for the
move it
weekend.
on out.
And pretty good today for the 90th anniversary for Ale81.
There you go.
Yeah, great
Yeah,
Kentucky
yeah.
company.
Very
Congratulations to them.
That's right.
All right, thank you very much.
Well, a 16-year-old pilot from Compton, California, is on a mission to become the youngest African-American male to fly the continental U.S.
And for his motivation, Isaiah Cooper says he just loves to fly.
I like aviation. I love planes and helicopters. As a young kid, I watched over 7 people break records from the same foundation that I am under, and I love it.
Isaiah has been flying for 2 years. He says his larger goal is to become the youngest person ever to fly solo around the world. Right now, Isaiah is doing about 3 legs a day, flying a total of 5 to 6 hours daily. And get this, he doesn't even have his driver's license yet, but license to fly the plane. So,
oh, good for him.
Has some pretty good endurance.
Very
maybe
impressive.
a future in the airlines someday. Good to have you along. 6:47 now on WKYT This Morning.
We have more news. Stay with us.
Coming up, narrowing down Donald Trump's running mate, who's in the mix. Plus, we'll talk with Bernie Sanders about his endorsement of Hillary Clinton. And a powerful interview with the son of the man killed by Baton Rouge police. More real news coming up on CBS This Morning, next.
Welcome back in. WKYT this morning at 6:50 now, 10 till 7.
Well, 3 men, 2 of them from Kentucky, accused of making threats against police in North Carolina.
And that is just one of the stories making headlines this morning. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain joining us now with what is trending on the web.
Good morning. Police in Bryson City, North Carolina told a CBS station that one of the men arrested was Lieutenant Colonel John Ward with the Kentucky Air National Guard. Ward and his 2 nephews were arrested after police say an officer overheard one of them say, quote, let's kill us a cop. Now we're reaching out to the Kentucky Air National Guard for comment. Also on WKYT.com, check out the damage caused overnight by a crash in Lexington. Police say a Chrysler 300 hit another car on Whitney Avenue before hitting a house. They're still looking for both drivers. And here's a story that smells funny. Backers of Bernie Sanders say they plan to go ahead with a fart-in the Democratic National Convention. That's right, I said a fart-in. The plan is for organizers to load up on beans before the convention in Philadelphia later this month and to let the presumptive Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton smell what they think of her. One protester told The Hill that the fart-in is to raise attention about things that really stink in our society. Big news there, Bill.
Big news, big political news. You know, I mean, is anybody surprised this year?
Well, farting, yeah.
I give you that. That's what. Yeah, that's maybe there has been a surprise now in this campaign year of 2016. Surprise. Right. As final preps get underway in Cleveland for the Republican National Convention set to start on Monday, CBS News has now learned that Donald Trump will announce his vice presidential running mate by the end of the week. Hannah Daniels wraps up the latest now on the presidential race.
Team Trump plans to unveil its vice presidential pick this Friday. Yesterday, the presumptive Republican nominee campaigned alongside Indiana Governor Mike Pence, hinting the former congressman could be his potential running mate.
I don't know whether he's going to be your governor or your vice president.
Trump talked about his VP choice on Fox News Tuesday night.
You have a fairly decent day. I am proud to stand with her today.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has waited 5 weeks for Bernie Sanders' support. On Tuesday, the Vermont senator backed his former political rival.
Thanks to the new proposal Senator Sanders and I worked on together for families making less than $125,000 a year, we will eliminate tuition at those schools altogether.
Just 2 weeks shy of the Democratic National Convention, this endorsement could give Clinton a boost to maintain her slight lead over Trump. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
And Hillary Clinton will be giving a speech today at the Old State House in Springfield, Illinois, about unity and bringing the country together.
The website Ashley Madison is dropping its slogan, "Life is short, have an affair." The company is now going with "Find Your Moment." It's part of an effort to rebrand as a dating site. The move comes nearly a year after a security breach exposed data on millions of members. The CEO of Ashley Madison's parent company says close to 45% of Ashley Madison members are single, more than 50% are attached, and they are interested in a wide range of experiences. The service also got rid of its logo, showing a wedding ring next to pictures of people holding a finger to their lips, alluding to a secret extramarital affair.
Another Tesla Model X crashed while in autopilot mode. It's the third serious accident apparently tied to the self-driving feature. Police say the driver was headed from Seattle to Yellowstone National Park when he crashed on a 2-lane highway in Montana. Nobody was injured in that crash, but it was serious enough that the car lost its front passenger side wheel. The crashes are calling the safety of such automatic driving features into question right now. At least 2 federal safety agencies are looking into the most serious Tesla autopilot crash. That was a fatal accident that happened in Florida back in May.
For the second time in the last week, the U.S. Capitol's had to be placed on lockdown. It comes after reports of a man with a gun trying to run from Washington, D.C. police. Police say that man jumped out of a car officers were pursuing and took off on foot. Police quickly arrested him along with 2 others. No one was injured. The lockdown was later lifted.
South Korean officials say an advanced U.S. missile defense system will be deployed in a rural farming town in the southeastern part of the country. Seoul and Washington say they need the missile system to better deal with what they call increasing North Korean military threats. The South Koreans near the planned defense system are angry, and some wrote letters of complaint in blood.
Solar Impulse, the solar-powered plane attempting to travel the world, arrived in Cairo, Egypt this morning on its second-to-last leg of the around-the-world trip. It departed Seville, Spain, July 11th with an expected flight duration of 50 hours, 30 minutes to Cairo. The plane now only has one last leg in its journey back to Abu Dhabi, its original departure point.
All right, we'll see how that one goes. Wait for all the technology to get perfected here on auto-driving cars and planes that fly by solar energy.
It's amazing, isn't it? What will they think of next?
On the verge of some things, obviously.
Yes.
Let's check in with Micah before we go for our weather today.
Yeah, we have a couple of showers outside early this morning, and a lot of that is not much. I mean, you could get a brief heavy downpour. It's possible, especially across central and northern zones throughout your day. Now, the one's rolling through Carlisle at this moment across 68. That's heading eastbound. More than likely, Flemingsburg, it stays just to the south of you. It'll cross over Maysville Road here in just about 20 minutes or so. So just keep that in mind. Just little bits and pieces here and there. I've highlighted a region showing you where the best chance of rain is today, and even that isn't a great chance. So the smaller chances today, guys, especially across Mountain Parkway, I-64 northbound, but it's really about the temperatures later on this afternoon. Very steamy, and then rain moves in tomorrow.
All right.
All right. Nobody's more up to date than you. Thank you for being with WKYT.
Bye-bye.